Hello, everyone. My name is Steve Kaufman. I am the chair and co-state lead of Quality Matters Ohio Consortium, and this is the 2026 State of the Consortium. As you can see, we have a lot of members across the state of Ohio, and we're always happy to celebrate and come together at least once a year just to talk about all of the wonderful things that you're doing at your individual institutions. And this presentation is meant to really just honor all that hard work that you're doing over this past year. We are a small but mighty team. If you're not familiar, there are 16 individuals that help out with the facilitation of Quality Matters Ohio and the various responsibilities that we undertake. These individuals spend a lot of time attending meetings, coming up with great notes and great ideas to benefit the membership. So I'd like to just give a little shout out to all of my fellow executive board members for all of their hard work over the past year. You are definitely appreciated. Additionally, I'd like to call out just a few of our board members that are going to be rolling off of our executive board. We have Nicole Schilling from the University of Findlay, who was our consortium secretary for many years, and she will be sorely missed. We'll see if we can convince her to come back to Ohio eventually. That's a calling you out there, Nicole. And of course, we also have Ron Tully, who was our Northwest regional representative, who is leaving the University of Findlay and going to a different state. So we'll miss Ron sorely. And we have Joni Tornwell from the Ohio State University, who is rolling off of our exec board as well. So we just thank you all three of you, for all of your diligent service to the consortium and for all of your hard work over the years. Your wisdom is not easily replaced. So we definitely appreciate you. We also want to take some time to recognize our brand new board member. This is Kit Medjeski from the University of Findlay, who will be stepping into Ron's shoes as the new Northwest regional rep. So welcome, Kit, whose term starts in July. Well, I can say that this year has been a very exciting and productive year for our consortium. We have got a lot of things that we have to celebrate. One thing that I'm always really excited to share is that we've always had a very large presence on the national and international stage. And what's exciting is to see all of our QM Ohio members presenting at the various different conferences, certainly the ones that Quality Matters offers, but even outside of the walls of the QM community. Of course, QM Connect is the big annual conference. This year it's going to be in Jacksonville, Florida, towards the end of October. I encourage you to attend if you're able to do so. We also have the QM Research Conference, which is an online conference that I know a lot of QM Ohio members will present their research findings at that conference. And we also have QM Success Stories. I always encourage that if you've got something really great happening at your campus, possibly submit that to Quality Matters and maybe you'll be featured in a QM Success Story. Some of the presentations that we've had over the past year, we had Amy Grinswitz from Kent State University, did a really fantastic presentation called Building Excellence, an Iterative Approach to QM Program Certification. Amy is your gal. If you are looking to get program certifications rolling in your institution, I highly recommend talking to Amy. She can definitely steer you in the right direction. She also did a phenomenal white paper on the same topic. She's also our QM senior research colleague, so she's a wealth of knowledge, and I highly recommend that you reach out to her. And she's probably going to send me an email on the side saying, "Why did you send everyone my direction?" But I trust that Amy will steer you in the right direction when you have questions about program reviews. I did a presentation just recently on cross-course authentic assessment in an AI world. This was all about how to get faculty members to rethink how they go about creating assignments. And that was really a fun, popular session through the QM Success Stories webinars. And we also had a QM Research webinar, Building Quality from the Ground Up, a Systematic Approach to Online Degree Programs, which is, I think, another presentation from Amy Grinswitz. At QM Connect, we typically get together, all of the Ohio individuals that make it to the conference that year, we get together and have dinner. We were a small group this year. There are only 5 of us. But it was wonderful to get a chance to have some dinner and to talk a little bit about where the consortium is going for the next following year. So just a couple photos I wanted to share with some of you to see kind of what we've been up to. And I actually have a funny story I want to tell you. I'm sitting on the airplane, probably in, I think, like Dallas, Fort Worth, something like that. And I remember texting Dr. Bethany Simonich, vice president at Quality Matters. And I remember thinking, I thought she told me she was on the same airplane as me, and I don't see her anywhere. So I'm looking around, I'm texting. I'm like, "Are you on the plane yet?" She's not answering your text messages. And then she finally texts back, "Yeah, I'm on the plane. I'm in this row." And I say, "Well, wait a minute, turn around." Oh, there she is. She actually looked over her shoulder and she was sitting right in front of me. So I just had to call out Bethany. She has been a dear friend of Quality Matters and a former co-state lead, so have to embarrass her a little bit in the State of the Consortium, of course. Bethany and I had a chance to present a 4-hour symposium at the QM Connect conference this past 2025, and all about how to get the ball rolling for your institution with Quality Matters subscription. I was talking about how do you have tough conversations with faculty members about things like academic freedom and how much quality matters can be implemented into the process of how you build courses. So it was a really great insight, and I encourage you to check out the QM website for more of those resources. And I always love to, Bethany usually comes up with some really funny t-shirts. And this one was, that wasn't very data driven of you. I need to get that shirt as well. Fantastic showing at all of the QM Ohio sessions. I did one on authentic assessment in the age of AI. As I'm known to do, I also try and stalk my QM Ohio members across the QM Connect conferences and try and get pictures of them interacting with the larger QM community. So here's Amy Heston meeting with one of our QM IDA members. That's Heather. And this is Stephanie Korsland, who was doing a really awesome poster session. And Jennifer Davis, my co-state lead, did a great presentation on beyond textbooks and lecture videos, engaging learners and varied content. That session was so popular at QM Connect, she was also asked to do a QM success story. So again, a great reason to get involved and get all of these great things that you're doing out there amongst the QM community. It's an opportunity to really share what you know to the benefit of really everybody. And of course, Amy Grinswitz, Dr. Amy Grinswitz was recognized with a fantastic award for all of the hard work that she's done at Kent State University for their Ambassador Crawford College of Business. So here's a picture of Amy and Deb Adair, the head of Quality Matters. And the award was the 2025 Making a Difference for Students Award. So kudos to Amy if you see her, or hit her up on LinkedIn, send her congratulations. It might be a year late, but hey, that's okay. Still send her the congrats because she did a lot of work to get that award. And it's always great when QM Ohio gets recognized in that regard. We had 37 courses certified last year, so kudos to all of you. If you happen to be watching, stand up in your office by yourself awkwardly and give yourself a pat on the back, because it is hard to have somebody look and give you a deep dive critique on your course design. We always encourage faculty members to go through that process. And if you're brand new to getting courses certified, oh boy, have we got resources for you. Check out the QM Ohio website, talk to your QM coordinator on campus, or possibly email your regional representative. We have 4 or 5 of them that can help answer questions regarding QM reviews and how to get started in that process. And I also want to note the actual names of the course representatives as well, who you can see on the screen now. So congratulations to all of you for all of your hard work this past year. Congratulations to our 13 brand new peer reviewers who went through the PRC, the Peer Reviewer Certification course. We'll be talking to you soon to have you serve on some course reviews. Additionally, I want to also recognize Stephanie Korsland and Sylvia Sue for getting their Master Reviewer certifications, right? To become a Master Reviewer, remember you have to serve on 2 official course reviews and then go through the Master Reviewer certification courses. So kudos to Stephanie and Sylvia for getting that certification. I'm always really excited to reveal this number because it is a big deal for us in QM Ohio. Since 2008, we've had 767. And we'll see if David in post puts the number over here or puts the number over here or right over top of my face. There'll be something usable there, I'm sure. But 767 QM certified courses since 2008. I keep pushing us. We're going to get to that 1,000. It's going to be awesome. We added 37 more just in 2025. So kudos to all of you who have gone through that process. We're going to continue to grow. It's a very impressive number. I know that there's been more than 10,000 reviews across the entire system. So we represent a large number of that. And that's a kudos to all of us. I really appreciate your hard work in continuing on the path of quality assurance. As far as a snapshot from last year to this year, we have 34 course review managers across the state. These are individuals who have a little bit extra training, maybe over and beyond a QM coordinator that can answer and manage the process of a QM review a little tighter. So that is certainly a certification you can pursue if you're ready for that at your institution. We have 103 QM coordinators. Remember, multiple institutions can have multiple QM coordinators. We have 34 institutions that have conducted a QM review since 2008. We have 48 institutions that are actually a part of the consortium. So 34 out of 48 is pretty good. And of course, we're always trying to encourage 100% participation. So we'll be looking to those institutions that maybe haven't dipped their toe in the water yet, maybe give it a little prodding to help you get started to that. We have 140 active peer reviewers in the state. Don't forget that your role as a peer reviewer has to be renewed every single year. So make sure you go into MyQM, see that little blue bar at the top of the screen that says, I need to renew my role application. Please click that so my numbers go up, but also because you want to be asked to be on reviews and actually exercise that certification that you have. We have 55 master reviewers across the state of Ohio who often serve as chairs in various capacities for reviews nationally, internationally, and for our own state through the bartering system. So thank you to all our master reviewers for helping head up that process. And of course, we have an army of 54 facilitators that teach APP, QMR, IYOC, all these really great workshops that we're able to offer. So now I want to pivot a little bit and talk about some of the consortium updates and some of the new initiatives that we have going on in this next coming year. The first big thing that we're going to be working on is getting the teaching online certificate out and rolling for our membership. What the heck is the TOC? Well, the TOC stands for the Teaching Online Certificate, and it's actually 7 official workshops that are really meant to kind of fill in all those other pieces of that online quality pie that we've been talking about. If you've ever been through QM training, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But the workshops are meant to help kind of bring the entire design and delivery process full circle for you. So if you have a faculty member that, you know, they've been asked or maybe they've been voluntold to teach an online class, and maybe you don't have the time to offer 7 workshops worth of content because you might be a 1 or 2 person instructional design or online support shop, this is for you. The workshops cover gauging your technology skills, evaluating your course design, exploring your institution's policies, orienting your online learners, connecting learning theories to your teaching strategies, creating presence in your online course, and assessing your learners. So you can see how that might fill in a lot of those questions for your professional development offered at your institution. And the idea here was that QM now licenses this so consortiums can offer this to their members. So we don't have to rely on facilitators coming from QM National. We can actually rely on our own homegrown state consortium facilitators. So what does that mean in terms of our professional development footprint? Well, if you're familiar, we've been able to always offer APP QMR. That's a part of your annual subscription. And we also had improving your online course, which was typically like a 4 to 6 hour workshop that you could offer. But honestly, we haven't been really running the IYOC, and we do spend a couple $1,000s making that happen per year. And so because there hasn't been much interest in that, we're going to reallocate those funds into different directions. So as of June 30th, we're going to sunset IOC and just offer APP QMR. And we are also going to offer the 7 workshops of the TOC. What's really impressive about our APP QMR, the Applying the QM Rubric workshop, is that we've had over 2,500 people complete this since 2008, since the kind of the inception of our consortium. That's not a small number. That's a lot of people who know about Quality Matters and are knowledgeable to be able to apply the rubric. So we want to build on that momentum with, again, filling in those extra pieces. So along with the APP QMR, as you'll see on the screen, we have that and the now 7 workshops that we'll be able to offer. And this, I think, will help, especially the smaller institutions that don't maybe have a robust professional development footprint, be able to bring a lot more value in what they can deliver, because now you can lean on some of the state consortium members to help fill in some of those gaps for you. So really excited to be able to offer all 7 of those workshops. So as you can see on your screen, there are 7 workshops in total that are a part of the Teaching Online Certificate, and each workshop has a different per head cost associated with it. Some workshops run 1 week in length, some are 2 weeks, which is the difference in the cost between like the $65 and the $95 ones. In total, to take all 7 workshops, it's $575. So for $575, one of your faculty members at your institution, one of your adjunct faculty members at your institution can get a teaching online certificate. So you have a reasonable, good feeling and expectation that that faculty member has the skills they need to be successful with teaching for your program. As you can also see, this saves you a lot of money. Ordinarily, if you were going to go the route through QM National without the consortium, this would be over $1,000, $1,089, to actually bring somebody through that certificate. So we do get significant savings through that. Now, in order to participate in the TOC, your institution has to subscribe to participating in the online certificate. And what that means is that when you go to renew your subscription this coming summer, you'll actually be able to say, I want to add on the TOC as an option for my institution, and that is just a $100 fee. So instead of paying the $1,875, you're paying the $1,975. That's the really big difference here. The consortium is going to take care of paying for the subscription for everybody, but there is a per institution fee, but it is not required to participate, and you can add it to your subscription at any time. So if you figure, I'm not really ready for this summer, maybe I'll start this with some faculty, maybe I want to gather a cohort together, you can start this in the fall and just let us know and we'll add that to your subscription. And then you'll be able to start registering your particular faculty members for any workshops that the consortium is offering as a part of that Teaching Online Certificate series. Now, something that's also really exciting is that we are still looking for 3 more facilitators. We do have a set of facilitators ready to go that were previously working with QM National on that stage, but are going to be able to offer workshops for our state. So we already have some workshops that we're going to be working through the system, but we would love to be able to get you to become a facilitator as well, if you're interested. Now, if you want to do that, here's the deal. You have to take all 7 TOC workshops. QM Ohio will pay for this for you. And then at the end of the 7 workshops, you have to take QM's facilitator training. So that'll make sure you understand how to deliver all the ins and outs and all the nuance between all the individual workshops. It requires a service of 75 individuals that come through the TOC that are trained by you. So one person taking all 7 workshops from you could count as 7 towards that 75 total. So if you're interested in this, please go out to the QM Ohio website. We have an application form and we ask you some questions about, why do you want to be a facilitator? Do you have the time and institutional support to take the time away to do these trainings for us? But in exchange, we will pay for the whole thing and you'll be able to offer this certainly to your own faculty as well. Now, in terms of new initiatives, there is a concerted effort for us to get institutions to talk to each other more and do more knowledge sharing. So the first thing that we really want to encourage is increased support for regional meetings. And how are we going to do that? Well, we want to work a little tighter with our regional representatives to see if we can have the Northeast region meet, Northwest, Central, Southeast, and the Southwest regions meet in their respective corners of the state, because it's a little easier. You probably have some connections with people who are co-located with you. I know, like University of Akron, we're in Northeast Ohio. There's a lot of institutions in Northeast Ohio. It's been easy for us to get together, but we haven't done that in a little bit of time. So we want to encourage that. Hopefully there'll be some funding there behind it. If you're just trying to pay for a meal, we're happy to do that because we want people to get together and really focus on establishing those connections and sharing those best practices. Another initiative that we're looking at is expanding the webinars beyond just the QMCs. Now, typically what we do is a monthly QMC webinar where really only 1 or 2 representatives from your institution kind of get the benefit of being able to see like what's going on at all the other institutions. We do updates, those kinds of things. But what we want to do is really open that up and allow really anyone within our QM membership to attend those meetings because they're really great. We had some in the just in the last few months on accessibility, on copyright, asking intellectual property questions, all these kinds of really great like nitty-gritty topics that would really benefit everybody, not just the selected QM coordinator at that institution. So be on the lookout for that on our professional development calendar. In addition, we're also looking at reworking our bartering system. I've been talking about this for quite a few annual member meetings, but the economy of the bartering system, I'll say, is very healthy in that a lot of institutions have a lot of credits. And what I worry about is if your institution wanted to go and certify a whole bunch of classes, like more than 10 or 20, I might not have enough reviewers to be able to fulfill that demand. There might be a run on the bank, so to speak, and we want to avoid that. So we've been thinking about how else can you spend bartering credits? And that is a topic of discussion this coming summer amongst our executive board retreat. We're going to be thinking about the different ways that the institutions can leverage those to really bring added benefit and value. And the last big initiative that we're trying to push out is our accessibility and our AI toolkit. A lot of you, I know when I attend any webinar, I'm busy writing down every single URL, every single link that people are sharing in the chat. I made my AI policy using this, or I use this tool for my checking accessibility in my online courses. Those are really great to share. And so where do we go to aggregate all of that information? That is a toolkit that is already in progress. We kind of have some floating Google Docs ready to go, but we want to formalize that effort and really have it curated, have really good descriptive links and descriptions for why you would use these tools in what context, and then make that available to our membership. It's really helpful to see what your peers are doing to adjust things like AI, certainly policy, accessibility, or any other of the challenges that we encounter in higher ed. As a reminder, we had talked about this last year that over the next 2 years, this is the second of those 2 years that we would be raising our membership fee, a modest $50. So this is the last of those 2 years. So this year you'll see that there's an increase of $50 on your annual resubscription. So we're moving from We're moving from 1825 to 1875 total. And again, if you want to participate right now in the TOC during your renewal this coming summer, it'll be an extra $100 onto that fee, and that goes to QM National. And so it would be 1975 to participate for that. Please make sure to update your coordinator or billing information on the QM Ohio website. Remember that Sarah Rutland from Cleveland State University is our Director of Finance. So expect to see an email from her in her system to be able to manage all the invoicing and those kinds of things. If you're no longer in charge of billing for your particular institution, or you're not going to be the point of contact, go out to that website to update that information. But definitely let us know in QM Ohio, because we want to make sure that the communications go to the right people. Please watch out for that email from Sarah coming this summer. A few more resources to mention. If you're not already a part of the Slack channel that we have in QM Ohio, I recommend that you can scan the QR code on your screen with your phone and join. It's a great place to ask questions about your learning management system. We have conversations on D2L, on Blackboard, and certainly Canvas. And you can go through, ask things about policy, course reviews, research, AI, accessibility, all those kind of things. It's just a great way to get kind of an instantaneous chat. I have a quick question about this. A lot of us are signed into it all day long, and we answer questions there and certainly via email, but this is a great way to connect with your other QM Ohio colleagues. Additionally, I would always call out the QM IDA, the QM Instructional Designer Association Discord. Discord is kind of like Slack, but it's more for gamers. But so if you're not familiar with it, don't worry about that. But if you scan the QR code on the screen, you can download the app, and this is where you can be a part of the national conversation. We actually have quite a few QM staffers that are on the Discord as well. So when you have general questions about things, I'm not saying that's the best place to get your question answered from QM staff, but it is a great way to share information with other people who are in the online support realm. If you're not an instructional designer, don't worry about it. We just want you to be a part of the conversation. Please feel free to join that at your leisure. Now, I always like to leave every State of the Consortium with an inspirational quote. And I'm thinking, what can I say this year to really kind of sum up the great work that we're all trying to do at this moment in time. And I like this quote that I found of: in a band of rock stars, it's not the solo that shines, but the symphony of teamwork that truly rocks the stage. And many hands do make light work in the state of Ohio. And I applaud all of you for all of the hard work and all the efforts that you're putting towards quality assurance at your institution. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I appreciate your time.